want to dabble in domain flipping, which is, as previously mentioned, a practice that is similar to house flipping in that you buy a domain for a low price, hold on to it, and sell it later for a much higher price. Or let's say you simply want to park a domain name for a company that you have just recently started. Or let's say you decide you want to start an online company and you want to check if the domain name that you have in mind is available. To perform this check, you simply have to go to any web hosting service provider and under domain registration, type in your domain name and don't forget the extension. After a few seconds, you should know whether the domain you have in mind is available or not. If you are in Africa or South Africa, I recommend that you use a South African web hosting domain service to check the availability of domain names. This is simply because some domain names, especially the .co.za, .cape town, .durban, .joburg, might not be available. For example, let's go to a Hostinger website. Now, Hostinger is an international web hosting provider. When you do a simple check for a domain name with a .co.za extension, you get this message which tells you that a .co.za domain extension is not available. So let's have a look at some of the South African or African web hosting services and see how you can check the availability of a domain name. So first up is AfriHost. So on your web browser, you can type afrihost.com. Now on the website, click the AfriHost logo, then go to domain. Under get a domain, go to domain registration, click find a new domain, then type in the domain name that you have in mind in the search bar. They also give you prices for the different domain extensions below, so you can have a look at what you can afford before making a decision. Now another place where you can search for available domain is Host Africa. Now to get to Host Africa, you can type in hostafrica.co.za, click domains, then register a domain. Under find your new domain name, type in the domain plus extension, then click check. If you go down, you can see some of the prices for some of the extensions. As you can see, the .co.za domain extension in Host Africa is much cheaper than the one in AfriHost, but the afrihost.com extension is a bit cheaper than the hostafrica.com extension. So it's always important to not just look at one web hosting service, but like compare different web hosting services and see which one is a bit more affordable for your wallet. But if you don't care about like the price, then you can just buy from any web hosting service, I guess. Now the last one we'll look at is TrueHost. So to get to TrueHost, just type in truehost.africa. Then when you get to their website, under domains, go to domain search and then type in the domain that you have in mind with the extension. Then click search. As you can see, under TrueHost, you also get the prices for the different domain extensions. TrueHost probably has the cheapest ones by far. So this is how you check for the availability of a domain name. There are other web hosting services that you can use. I'll put a link to them in the description below. If you have any questions, you can direct them to my forum. And thank you.